and welcome back to my free watercolor for the non-artistic card maker class. Today we're featuring zig markers, and there are 2 different videos for you to check out today on my blog, as well as a third for an extra bonus that was created in the past. I hope you enjoyed this series so far, and if you have, please consider clicking the share button below. That will encourage me to create classes monthly if I have a lot of engagement. Today we're going to be creating this really fun tropical looking card featuring So Susie stamps and My Favorite Things stamp. Absolutely adore both of these stamps, and they work really well together. To get started, I'm going to stamp in my stamp here, the surfboards, using some archival ink. I'm using archival ink because it's really important that it's waterproof. I stamped it the first time, and because this is a brand new stamp, I didn't push very hard on the top. I guess I didn't bother at stamping the top of it, so I just had to do a second impression. Now that's the bonus I would say about having a MISTI, is that that would just never happen, is that I wouldn't have to waste that cardstock on the side. So go MISTI, and I will never stamp with a stamp press again. Just kidding. I'm going to start off with my zig marker here, and I'm going to get into the coloring. I'm just having you in fast mode at the moment. I just color certain areas. There's no rhyme or reason to my madness. I just go in after and pull the color towards the other side. You can add more or less water, it depends, but just remember, if you're adding a lot of water and you don't dry it right away, they actually blend into each other. So I would suggest drying it with a craft heater as soon as you're done. I tend to do in one color at a time. I don't like to leave them sitting too long on the cardstock because then they get a little bit more difficult to blend, I find. So I'm just going in with the blue now, so you can see for the whole surfboard. If by the time I'm finished doing this watercoloring here and my second step looks slightly different, it's because I had to go back in. I accidentally, when I was just darkening the edges, I accidentally got black marker all over this. I accidentally slipped and got black marker. So I just had to create this surfboard one more time. So just in case it doesn't look exactly the same, that's what happened. But I used all the same colors and everything. So I'm going back in with the zig markers. I'm trying to incorporate a component of each color into the surfboard. So I'm trying to incorporate orange into 2 of them instead of just 1, and the blue into multiple ones, and the pink into multiple ones, just so all the colors sort of nicely tie together. So you can go back in and you can add more blue if you'd like, or you can add more colors to make them more vibrant. That's, I think, what I like most about the zig markers, is that there's more precision than watercoloring. You have way more control. And secondly, what I like about them is the fact that they are so vibrant and they're not sort of faded, which I guess is the point of watercolor, and that's really what it looks like, but I like more vibrant looks. I'm actually adding the sand. I put down some water first and then added my marker to it. I just wanted to create sort of more of a faded look because I wanted the focus to be more on the surfboards. I'm using this stamp set here from My Favorite Things, and I'm adding the pineapple, these tropical flowers, and this cute little iguana lizard thing. And I'm going to stamp them as well using archival ink onto my watercolor cardstock. And as you can see, I learned from my mistake, and I'm using my MISTI just in case they don't stamp down properly or I don't push enough pressure. I can stamp them over and over again if I'd like. But this time I definitely added enough pressure, I believe. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to watercolor these as well. So I'm going to try and combine the same color palette with these 3 here, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of purple as well eventually. So you can see here I started off with some brown, I added some orange as well, and then I'm just pulling in the colors to the middle. Now I put a lot of water on this, and I ended up actually blending into each other and not looking very nice, as you'll see towards the end of the video, but I was able to fix it, and I think these markers are actually fairly forgiving. I'm going to go in with the darker green color this time, and because I'm going to color the iguana with the light green color, I don't want to add too much of the light green. So I'm going in with some purple, pink, and red for the flowers, and then I just put some ink sort of in the middle and then blended it out towards the edges. I'm not doing anything too special. I started with the pink, went to the red, and went to the purple just for the fact that when I'm blending, I didn't really wash my brush very well, and I was being lazy. So I didn't want them to blend too terribly together if I went from like purple to pink. So I went in with the lighter green color this time with the iguana and orange on his spots there. And I went on with a tiny bit of orange around his eye as well. So as you can see here, some of my green went into my pink there, and some of the orange the green and the purple went down. But all you need to do is just add a little bit more of the marker and then blend it out. So being the crazy person that I am, I fussy cut absolutely everything out that I colored. So I don't have a scan and cut or anything like that, or a Cricut anymore either. So I fussy cut everything now, which is why I guess I've expanded my die collection a little bit. And I'm just going to arrange these in sort of a collage pattern onto the front of my card by layering them on top of each other. I think it'd be really cute for this little iguana to sort of peek up the top of the surfboard and for the pineapple to sit in front to cover that hole. Because I used Nina Solar white cardstock for my card base, and I used watercolor white cardstock, they're two different shades of white, so I really wanted to cover that white piece in the middle of the surfboard. And that's the problem. Usually when I watercolor on a white watercolor paper, I have to use that for my card base as well, or the whites just won't match and they'll look sort of gray against each other. So I'm just going to attach all of these using some Tombow Mono liquid adhesive as well as some 3D foam tape. There is no rhyme or reason really to my collage. I just kind of lay it out, see what I like, and see what I want to be 3D. So I wanted to have sort of the head poking out of the iguana, which left a really cool picture because unfortunately I have to make these cards at night at the moment because I've been working so much lately. So when I took a photo of the card, it actually had a shadow of his hand, which I thought was kind of cool. And I'm going to go back in. Plan is to rephotograph everything for my actual blog itself, so I'm hoping that'll work out tomorrow. I'm going to add some doll pink cardstock to this really cute So Susie stamp sentiment that says wishing you sandy toes and salty kisses. And I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on Zig markers and that you'll check out the other couple tutorials on my blog that I have available. There is a final look at the card. All supplies used are linked to below in the video description or on my blog. Remember, there is a PDF file to download on my blog as well, which you can access up at the top there. You can click on the watercolor backgrounds picture there to check out a card from yesterday, or you can click on the right to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for stenciling and masking.